which is so funny that it goes up to 10 and 2.5 is so loud. Right here is the workhorse of the whole rig. Our bass drops come from me, so kind of blowing the 808s out through here. So this is kind of almost its own separate little pedal board. Hey guys, it's Johnny from Greyhaven. We're out on our headline tour right now, supporting our new record, Keep It Quiet. We're here to do a little rundown of my rig. Yeah, this is my main bass. Kind of been my go-to for years now. Kind of over-the-top P bass. Got the PJ pickups in it. I literally use none of this at all. I'm really ready to get a just straightforward P bass, no frills. I kind of did this thinking I would like all the options and immediately realized I just like straightforward. The P bass SVT combo is just perfect. So yeah, been running this. I kind of have a backup, kind of just to have, but I love the P bass. I like the thicker neck on them as well. But yeah, Fender kind of does no wrong to me, so this is my go-to. Both sets of pickups are on. But everything is just like stock on there, kind of just set to noon, except volume. Volume is really the only thing I play with at all. The annoyance is almost me having to always double check that everyone's just set straight. If it was my choice, I would just have a volume knob, nothing else. And again, I don't even really want the J pickup, just center P pickups. Volume knob, that's like the dream bass to me. Is just like I don't really need any of that. Even in the studio, I feel like we don't really mess with tonal differences in terms of like pushing them from like mid to like pushing the bass or treble or anything. I kind of just like it standard and playing with like pedals in the amp for any other tonal changes. So we're in drop B for every song. I use Ernie Ball 65 130. So with the 130s, I've had to like literally like kind of wear down, you know, the top of the nut here just for these 130s to fit in that. But drop B, it makes more sense, you know. Anything lower, it would almost just be nothing. We like the sound of it, but the 130s hold up really well, especially for a 4-string. It's almost surprising. That's why I also like the Fender. I feel like I would assume other basses would hold up well, but I find this to just hold up really well with being dropped that low and having that string gauge. This has been my main rig for a long time now. I tried out so many different amps over the years. I've had this, you know, everyone kind of has the standard 810. This is from the 80s, I believe. I bought it off a shop in Louisville, where we're from, years ago, and I've had to replace a speaker or two through the years, but you know, this thing just has always just sounded incredible. So rocked that forever, and then yeah, the SVT Classic. This one's from the 90s. I believe it's early 2000s is when some parts were starting to get shipped off overseas, and the quality kind of dipped pretty hard on those, and so they kind of break out on you a lot. So spent some like research on it, making sure I'm getting the right model. But yeah, I've been rocking this thing forever now. Tried a bunch of old amps in the past, tested them all out, but like I said, P bass, SVT, it's just a classic combo. That's like my go-to. Little bit per room. I'll push the gain a little bit, just to push the tubes, and same with the master. I really don't like to go below the like 2.5 mark, which is so funny that it goes up to 10 and 2.5 is so loud. But once you like dip under that, I feel like you really start to lose the tone on it. So it's kind of always having to fight room to be like staying here so that it doesn't lose the tone. But yeah, kind of, I mean, I just kind of have everything kind of dialed at like 1 o'clock. But it does change. Yeah, room to room, sometimes it feels so bass heavy that I kind of pull the bass back to get the mid-range kind of punching in instead. I like to kind of play, you know, all around the neck, so I really do want to hear both treble and mid-range and not get that lost. I don't want it to just be like just driving the bass the whole time and just feeling like it's filling it out. I'm still trying to have like presence in there, so try to keep that. Some of these knobs are like straight up broken right now, so that like doesn't matter. I keep it on 3 at all times, but that knob is just hanging on. But Yeah, that's the main rig there. Yeah, so you know, this looks overwhelming, but it's so funny. Most of this has nothing to do with the actual tone here. Got noise suppressor here. This thing is brilliant. You know, you throw it the Zool. You throw this all the way up. I could have 2-3 overdrives on at once without any feedback. And then you know, this is just power supply. Got my girl Edna on there, of course. DI box. I run 2 loop stations here. One for samples. We don't do any backtracking, anything like that at all. But there's a couple songs where something kind of happens before the song kicks in. So kind of have a loop here to send that out. And then our bass drops come from me. So kind of blowing the 808s out through here. So this is kind of almost its own separate little pedal board. Then obviously tuner, but this is kind of my main deal here. The Alpha Omega from, I'm blanking on the brand right now, Dark Glass. That's my main overdrive, been using that for years. Norma Jean actually turned me on to it and have loved it ever since. Kind of keep everything at 2 o'clock and have just enjoyed it. That's been my main overdrive. I also like the simplicity. I had done the bigger version before and it's just kind of too much for me. The Sans amp here, funny enough, is mainly used here for my clean channel. I crafted it years ago. I don't even have any idea what I did, but I love the way this sounds. It's just like a really, really warm boost. Rather than just the DI on the SVT, which can be a little clunky, this is just really, really smooth for all of our soft parts. So I kind of hop onto that. This is kind of like a fuzz I had planted in here. I really only use it once during our set. And same with this. This is just like a absolutely crazy overdrive. I kind of throw it on, like I said, kind of boost this up, throw them on at once for certain parts just to be like as thick and crazy sounding as possible. But these are kind of my main 2, just soft channel, overdrive channel. And then this octave pedal, we've used it on some songs before. I mainly use it for kind of fun noises, kind of build-ups or just in between songs, just goofy things. Just like I said, we don't run samples, we don't run tracks or anything like that. So I think in between songs, we're just kind of always playing around, you know, making noises. So this is just the fun pedal there. But yeah, this is kind of right here is the workhorse of the whole rig. Yeah, I use the blue Tortex picks, 1mm, little thicker. I play pretty heavy, so I like kind of the give on how thick these are. I use my fingers as well, kind of song to song or any kind of soft part we do. I kind of throw this guy in my mouth and just pluck instead, but that's kind of why I always keep a little too many right here. You know, throw it in the mouth, sometimes it's just easier to grab a new one. But yeah, that's kind of my whole main rig here. I said no in-ears, no samples, we're just all in wedges, just kind of rocking. So thanks for watching, and thanks to anyone who's came out to this tour so far. We still have about a week of it left, so I hope to see you at a show.